And I'm going to cook my version of a zarzuela. Now, a zarzuela is a big stew of fish with tomatoes and fennel and peppers. And I think in a place like this, after a day's fishing, especially standing up to waist deep in cold water, this is the sort of food you need. So this is an Aussie camp oven, and the camp oven's made of cast iron, and they get really hot and they stay hot for a really long time. Whilst David's been doing the fish, I've been roasting these peppers. They've gone really charred and smoky. I just need to transfer them into a bowl and cover with foil. Then leave them to steam in their own heat so I can remove the skins. Right, I'm going to start my stew off. We're taking my pot off the heat because it is quite hot already. And in here, I'm going to melt 15 cloves of garlic. Garlic, when it's melted down, is not so potent. So just crush the garlic, but let them split open at the seams. They'll naturally just burst open. The bashed garlic goes into the pot and it goes back onto the fire. It's really hot in there, and you just have to move it around. Don't have a knob to change the temperature. How you getting on, Dave? All good? Then you happy? Good. Well, if Dave's happy, I'm happy, and I can crack on with the veg for the stew. I'm just going to chop up some onions really roughly. Now, this is not going to be a dainty dish. This is supposed to be a big, chunky dish. There's my garlic frying, and now to that I'm going to add my onions. Next, prepare the potatoes. Don't use waxy potatoes. You need to use a floury potato like this one, because then it breaks down in the stew and acts as a thickening agent. If you use a waxy potato, it doesn't break down at all. I want to add a bit of spice with some chilli. Chilli's in the pot. Then chop up some fennel to add a good aniseed kick to the stew. And that goes into the pot to cook down with the potatoes, chillies, onions and garlic. Back to the peppers. The skin is loosened and comes off really easily. Just chop them into nice big long strips. Look at that. Look, our rich bounty of delicious pepperiness. In go our peppers, and the seasoning starts to start. I'm also adding some chorizo sausage to the stew. Chorizo basically just means spicy sausage. Nice big rounds. The paprika richness matches the sweetness of those roasted peppers and the spiciness of your chilies. Add our sausage. And a pinch of saffron and some chopped fresh tomatoes go into the pot. Classic zarzuela would have its fish separately and soaked in alcohol, whether that be Pernod or something similar, or pisco, and that would ceviche or cure the fish. Me, I'm just going to add those flavours into the stew. Good glug of Pernod. Pernod's aniseed in flavour, and fish and aniseed work beautifully. And some white wine. How butch is this, hey? It's about as butch as I get. And then some chopped tomatoes. And then stir all that together. That's the base of the stew done. Now for the star ingredient. All you do is lift the lid. In there you see it's really hot. You take your fish and you lay your fish in it. Submerge the fish in the sauce, put the lid back on, and it'll cook through in 2 minutes. Now for the moment of truth. There we are, look at that. Finish with a handful of chopped parsley and a squeeze of lemon.